Have you ever thought that something as simple as your bedtime routine could actually be putting your life at risk without you even knowing it? It might sound surprising, but according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 70,000 older adults pass away in their sleep each year in the United States alone. What's truly troubling is that many of these deaths aren't just the result of aging. Often, they're linked to small habits before bed habits that seem harmless, but can quietly affect your health in serious ways. Once we're past 60, bodies go through changes that aren't always obvious, but they are important. The heart becomes more delicate, the lungs more sensitive, and the brain reacts more strongly to interruptions. Sleep tends to get lighter, our muscles weaken, and little things that once seemed fine before bed can now quietly put us in danger. Still, many older adults stick to the same nighttime routines they've followed for years, unaware that some of these habits could be slowly affecting their health and safety. So, what are these hidden risks we might be ignoring? Which bedtime habit is behind more nighttime emergencies than any other? And most importantly, what can you do starting tonight to make your sleep safer and healthier? In today's video, we're going to look at 7 nighttime habits that have already led to the loss of too many seniors this year. I hope you'll listen closely, but don't worry, I'll also share some simple, practical tips you can use right away to protect yourself. If you're new here, welcome to our channel. Let's get stronger and healthier together, one step at a time. Don't forget to like this video and click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future tips. And let us know in the comments which country you're watching from. We love seeing our wonderful community grow around the world. Let's get started. Habit number 7. Drinking too much water before bed. Here's a bedtime habit that might seem like no big deal, but could quietly be putting your health at risk. Drinking too much water just before going to sleep. Staying well hydrated is very important, especially as we age. Water helps keep everything in the body running smoothly, supports digestion, keeps your joints moving comfortably, and helps your organs function properly. But the timing of when you drink water matters. Drinking plenty throughout the day is a good thing. But if you drink a large amount in the hour or two before bed, especially if it's juice or herbal tea, it can cause problems, especially for older adults. That's because as we get old, our kidneys don't process fluids as quickly, and our bladders can't hold as much as they used to. On top of that, the signals that tell us we need to go to the bathroom become more sudden and more frequent. So, when you go to bed after drinking a lot, your body is more likely to wake you up during the night with the urgent need to use the bathroom. Now, waking up once or twice in the night might not sound like a big deal, but for seniors, those late-night trips to the toilet can lead to dangerous falls. Just picture it: you're half asleep, the room is dark, and your balance isn't what it used to be. Standing up too quickly can cause your blood pressure to drop, and that short walk to the bathroom could end in a serious fall. In fact, the CDC tells us that falls are the #1 reason older adults end up in the hospital, and many of those falls happen during nighttime bathroom visits. But there's more to it. When you wake up several times to use the bathroom, your sleep gets interrupted, especially the deep stages of sleep that your brain and body really need to feel rested and stay sharp. Losing that deep sleep again and again can lead to memory issues, higher levels of inflammation in the body, and a greater risk of conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's disease. It can also make it harder for your immune system to protect you and can worsen health issues like high blood pressure and diabetes. And let's not forget the strain it puts on your heart. Drinking too many fluids at night makes your heart work harder to handle that extra volume. If you already have heart concerns, this extra strain could trigger irregular heart rhythms or put more pressure on your heart than it needs. So, what can you do to stay safely hydrated? It really comes down to timing and balance. Try to drink most of your water earlier in the day. As the evening approaches, start to ease up on how much you drink. A good rule of thumb is to avoid drinking too much within 2 hours of going to bed. If you're a bit thirsty before sleep, just have a few sips instead of a whole glass. Also, steer clear of drinks that might make you go to the bathroom more often, like coffee, black tea, or citrus juices, especially late in the day. If you do need to get up during the night, make sure the path to your bathroom is safe. Use night lights or lamps that turn on when you move. Keep the floor clear of anything you might trip over. And when you get up, don't rush. Sit up slowly, let your body adjust, and move carefully. These small changes can help you stay hydrated and sleep more soundly, without putting your safety at risk. Habit number 6. Eating late at night. It might feel comforting to have a little something to eat before bed, especially after a long day. But for older adults, this habit can quietly take a toll on your health in ways you might not expect. Even though it seems harmless, that late-night snack can start a chain reaction in your body that goes beyond just feeling a bit bloated. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows down. Digestion doesn't work quite as smoothly as it used to, and it becomes harder to keep things like blood sugar and cholesterol under control. When you eat rich or heavy foods in the evening, your digestive system has to keep working overtime instead of getting a chance to rest and recover during the night. This doesn't just affect your sleep, it also puts extra pressure on your heart, liver, and other important organs. One common issue that many people experience from eating late is acid reflux. When you lie down soon after a meal, it's much easier for stomach acid to travel up into the esophagus, leading to that burning feeling in your chest. And for older adults, it's more than just uncomfortable, it can cause inflammation, damage the lining of your throat, and even lead to serious problems like aspiration pneumonia if bits of food or acid get into your lungs while you sleep. A study published in the American Journal of Gastroenterology found that people who eat within 3 hours of bedtime are much more likely to have reflux and all the discomfort and risks that come with it. But acid reflux isn't the only concern. If your nighttime snack includes sugary foods or refined carbohydrates like cookies, pastries, or even white bread, it can cause your blood sugar to spike. Our bodies don't handle sugar as well as we get older because our cells become less responsive to insulin. This can increase the risk of type 2 diabetes or make it harder to manage if you already have it. In fact, a 2020 study from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism showed that eating late in the day is linked to higher blood sugar and insulin levels the next morning, especially in older adults. That means even a small late snack could make a noticeable difference in your blood sugar balance the next day. There's another effect that often goes unnoticed: your blood pressure. Usually, blood pressure drops a bit while we sleep, which gives the heart a chance to rest. But if you eat a heavy, salty, or fatty meal in the evening, your pressure might stay high all night long, and that can increase your risk of having a stroke or heart attack. Some people may even experience irregular heartbeats after a heavy meal, which is especially concerning if you already have heart problems. So, how can you enjoy your food and still protect your health? It's all about timing and choosing the right kinds of foods. Try to eat your last main meal of the day at least 3 hours before going to bed. This gives your body enough time to digest and settle before sleep. For dinner, go for something light but balanced. Think lean proteins, vegetables, and whole grains. Avoid anything greasy, really rich, or packed with sugar. And if you do feel hungry later in the evening, choose something small and gentle, like half a banana, a spoonful of plain yogurt, or a few unsalted nuts. These won't upset your stomach or send your blood sugar soaring. By making a few small changes to when and what you eat, you'll help your body rest better, reduce your risk of heartburn, protect your heart, and keep your blood sugar more stable. Habit number 5. Sleeping in the wrong position. We all have a favorite way to sleep. Maybe you curl up on your side, or maybe you stretch out on your back. But what many older adults don't realize is that your sleep position can actually affect your health in some pretty important ways. As we age, the way we sleep can impact our breathing, our heart function, and even our brain health. Let's start with one of the most concerning positions: sleeping flat on your back. This might feel comfortable, but it can actually make things harder on your body. When you lie on your back, gravity pulls your tongue and the soft tissues in your throat backward. That can narrow your airway and make it harder to breathe, especially if you snore or have sleep apnea. Even if you've never been diagnosed with a sleep disorder, this kind of breathing restriction still matters. Research from the Mayo Clinic Sleep Disorder Center shows that sleeping on your back can make breathing issues about 40% worse compared to sleeping on your side. And if your breathing gets interrupted during sleep, your body doesn't get the oxygen it needs. Over time, this can lead to high blood pressure, damage to the brain, and a higher risk of heart attacks and strokes. One study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that seniors who sleep on their backs have a 22% higher risk of experiencing heart problems during the night compared to those who sleep on their side. Breathing isn't the only issue. If you have acid reflux or a condition like a hiatal hernia, lying flat on your back can make symptoms worse. It makes it easier for stomach acid to move into your esophagus, possibly causing silent reflux while you sleep, something you might not even notice. Over time, this can harm the lining of your throat and even raise your risk of developing more serious complications, including aspiration pneumonia or esophageal cancer. And there's another concern that many people haven't heard about. The position you sleep in can actually affect how well your brain clears out waste. A study from researchers at Stony Brook University found that sleeping on your back slows down the brain's natural cleaning system by more than 60%. This system is what helps remove toxic proteins linked to Alzheimer's and other types of dementia. That means if you sleep in the wrong position every night, it could speed up memory problems over time. Even sleeping on your right side has its downsides. It can put pressure on important blood vessels near your heart, making it harder for your heart to work efficiently, especially if you already have heart issues. So what's the best position? Experts agree that sleeping on your left side is ideal. This helps your heart pump more easily, supports good digestion, and reduces the chances of acid reflux. It also allows your brain to clear out waste more effectively, which may protect your memory and thinking skills as you get older. If you're not used to sleeping on your left side, it might feel strange at first, but there are ways to make it easier. Try placing a firm pillow between your knees to keep your hips lined up. You can also tuck another pillow behind your back to help prevent rolling over. A supportive neck pillow can help keep your head and spine in a good position. And if reflux is a problem, raising the head of your bed slightly might help. Making this change to your sleep position might take a little time and patience, but the health benefits are worth it. It can help you breathe better, protect your heart, and support your brain, all while you sleep peacefully through the night. Habit number 4. Sleeping in a hot room. It's natural to want to feel warm and cozy when you're heading off to bed, especially as we get older. You might find yourself turning up the heat, adding an extra blanket, or keeping the windows shut tight. But what many people don't realize is that a warm bedroom can quietly put your health at risk. For older adults, the right sleep environment is about more than just comfort, it's about safety and good health. You see, when you're getting ready to fall asleep, your body naturally cools itself down. That drop in core temperature is actually one of the signals that helps you drift into the deepest, most restful stages of sleep. But if your bedroom is too warm, typically anything above 20 degrees Celsius, around 68 degrees Fahrenheit, your body has a harder time releasing that heat. Instead of relaxing, your system stays active, trying to cool itself off. The result? Poor sleep. You may toss and turn, wake up more often, and feel drained the next morning. The effects of sleeping in a warm room don't stop there. As we age, our bodies aren't as good at handling temperature changes. According to research in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry, older adults who sleep in warmer conditions get up to 30% less deep sleep. And deep sleep is essential. It helps your brain process memories, supports your immune system, and allows your body to repair itself. Missing out on this important sleep stage can add up over time. It increases inflammation in the body, raises blood pressure, and makes your immune system weaker. All of this raises your risk for serious health problems, like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even memory loss. That same study also found that a hot room can speed up memory problems and leave you more vulnerable to illness. There's another hidden danger: dehydration. As we get older, we tend to feel less thirsty even when our bodies need water. On top of that, we can sweat during the night without even realizing it, especially if the room is too warm. That loss of fluids and important salts can thicken your blood, which raises the risk of blood clots, irregular heart rhythms, or even stroke. And for people with heart or lung issues, the added strain of trying to regulate body temperature at night can lead to serious complications like heart failure or breathing trouble. So, what's the ideal temperature for sleep? Most experts recommend keeping your bedroom between 15 and 19 degrees Celsius, about 59 to 66 degrees Fahrenheit. This cooler range helps your body fall asleep more easily and stay in that all-important deep sleep longer. To keep your room at a healthy temperature, try using light, breathable bedding like cotton sheets. Skip heavy comforters or electric blankets, which can trap too much heat. If you tend to get cold at night, use layers of blankets that you can easily adjust. You might also try using a fan or cracking a window to let in some fresh air and help improve circulation. Even these small changes in your sleeping environment can make a big difference. By keeping your bedroom cool, you're not just making it more pleasant, you're helping your heart, supporting your memory, and giving your body the deep, healing rest it needs. Habit number 3, getting out of bed too quickly. We all know that feeling you wake up in the morning and want to swing your legs out of bed and start your day. But for older adults, jumping out of bed too fast can be risky and sometimes dangerous. This often overlooked habit causes thousands of falls and emergency room visits every single year. The problem stems from something called postural hypotension, also known as orthostatic hypotension. This happens when your blood pressure suddenly drops as you shift from lying down to standing up. As we age, our circulatory system becomes slower at adjusting to these quick position changes. When you sit or stand too fast, blood can pool in your lower body, leaving less flowing to your brain. That's what causes that sudden wave of dizziness, blurred vision, or even a momentary blackout. And unfortunately, the consequences of a fall can be serious. Broken hips, head injuries, and wrist fractures are some of the most common results. Recovery from these injuries can be long and painful, and for many seniors, just one fall can lead to reduced mobility, a loss of independence, and even long-term health problems. That's why it's so important to take this habit seriously. Thankfully, preventing these falls doesn't require anything complicated. The simplest and most effective thing you can do is to slow down. When you wake up, don't rush. Take a minute to sit up slowly, give your body time to adjust, and then gently ease yourself into standing. It also helps to make sure your bedroom is fall-proof. Avoid wearing slippery socks and instead go for non-slip slippers. Keep your path to the bathroom or hallway clear of rugs or clutter that might trip you. And if possible, hold on to something steady like the edge of the bed, a dresser, or a grab bar when you're getting up. If you're taking medications that affect your blood pressure like diuretics or beta blockers, be sure to talk to your doctor. They might be able to adjust your dosage or suggest a better time to take them, which could help lower your risk of sudden drops in pressure at night or early in the morning. Just by making a few simple changes, you can help prevent falls and protect your independence. Taking it slow in the morning could save you from a painful injury or something even more serious. Habit number 2. Ignoring signs of sleep apnea or insomnia. It's easy to shrug off things like loud snoring, restless nights, or feeling tired during the day. After all, many people believe these are just part of getting older. But for seniors, ignoring these symptoms can be risky and even life-threatening. One of the most overlooked but serious sleep conditions in older adults is something called obstructive sleep apnea. This happens when the muscles in your throat relax too much while you sleep, causing your airway to narrow or even close completely. When that happens, your breathing can stop for short periods, sometimes dozens or even hundreds of times during the night. What makes this so dangerous is that many people don't even realize it's happening. In fact, it's estimated that millions of older adults have sleep apnea, but around 80% of those cases are never diagnosed. Most people just assume their snoring or waking up often is normal for their age. But it's not. And untreated sleep apnea can lead to serious health problems. This condition puts a huge strain on your heart. The repeated stops and starts in breathing lower your oxygen levels, which can increase blood pressure, cause irregular heartbeats, and raise the risk of heart attacks and stroke. But the effects don't stop at the heart. Without good quality sleep, your brain doesn't get the deep rest it needs. You might notice more memory lapses, foggy thinking, or signs of early cognitive decline. Some studies even suggest that untreated sleep apnea may raise the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease or other forms of dementia. Sleep apnea isn't the only concern. Insomnia is another issue that's often brushed off. Maybe you find it hard to fall asleep, or you wake up in the middle of the night and struggle to get back to sleep. While an occasional sleepless night isn't unusual, chronic insomnia, where it happens night after night, can point to deeper health issues. For older adults, persistent trouble sleeping might be related to changes in heart function, hormone imbalances, or problems in the nervous system. It also puts stress on the immune system and makes it harder to manage chronic conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes. And here's something many people don't realize. When you don't sleep well, your body stays in a state of stress. That can raise your risk for infections, depression, and even falls, because you're more likely to feel groggy or off balance the next day. So how do you know if something more serious might be going on? Pay attention to certain signs. If you snore loudly, gasp for air in your sleep, wake up feeling tired even after a full night in bed, or feel unusually sleepy during the day, it might be time to talk to your doctor. These symptoms are not just part of getting older, they could be warning signs of something treatable. And if you're struggling with insomnia on a regular basis, mention that too. Your doctor may be able to help uncover any underlying causes and offer options that don't involve sleeping pills. Taking these symptoms seriously can make a big difference in your overall health, energy, and mental clarity as you age. Habit number 1. Taking certain medications before bed. For many older adults, taking medicine at night is just part of the daily routine. Maybe it's something for sleep, blood pressure, or pain relief. But the truth is, some medications that seem harmless can carry hidden dangers when taken right before bed, especially as our bodies change with age. You see, as we get older, bodies don't process medications the same way they used to. It takes longer to break them down, and the effects can linger longer into the next day. This can lead to grogginess, confusion, or a higher risk of falling even if the medication was taken the night before. Sleeping pills, for example, are known to increase the risk of falls, fractures, and even early death in older adults. And the drowsiness they cause doesn't just wear off by morning. It can affect your balance and awareness throughout the next day, which makes everyday tasks more dangerous. But sleeping pills aren't the only concern. Muscle relaxants and certain antidepressants often taken at night can also interfere with the deep sleep your brain needs. Over time, not getting enough of this restorative sleep can lead to memory problems, mood changes, and slower thinking. Some medications for blood pressure can also pose a risk. For example, taking them at night may cause your blood pressure to drop to low while you're asleep. When that happens, blood flow to the brain can be reduced, leading to dizziness, fainting, or even a stroke. A study published in the journal Hypertension showed that the timing of blood pressure medication plays a big role in heart health during the night, and not everyone responds to those medications the same way. Then there's the issue of drug interactions. Many older adults take more than one type of medicine, and as metabolism slows with age, it becomes easier for those drugs to build up in the body. Mixing multiple medications at night without fully understanding how they work together can increase the risk of serious side effects or dangerous reactions while you sleep. So, what can you do? First, talk to your doctor or pharmacist about all the medications you take, including over-the-counter ones. Ask if any of them might be better taken earlier in the day, or if they could interact with each other during the night. Never stop taking a medication on your own, but don't be afraid to ask questions. You might also try non-medication approaches to improve your sleep, like a calming bedtime routine, soft lighting, gentle stretches, or soothing music. These can help you wind down naturally without relying too much on pills. And if you're on blood pressure medication, consider tracking your readings and letting your doctor know if you experience dizziness, unusual fatigue, or any other changes. Adjusting the timing or dosage could make a big difference. By staying informed and cautious about your nighttime medications, you're taking a smart step toward safer sleep, fewer falls, and better health overall. A few small changes in how and when you take your medicine can lead to brighter mornings and greater peace of mind. As we wrap up, remember this: even small adjustments in your nightly habits can lead to big improvements in your health and well-being. You don't have to change everything at once, just start with 1 or 2 steps that feel manageable. Thank you for spending this time with us today. We would love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our community for more practical tips to help you stay strong and well as you age. Your path to better rest and better health can start tonight. Thank you for spending this time with us.